Long layoff for us. We got done playing on the 23rd. Most of the guys went home on the 24th. They didn't have to return till the 27th, the night of the 27th. So, everybody made it back on time. Then we did a little bit of stuff on the 28th, and staff and I were out recruiting the 28th and 29th. Had 3 really good days of practice. The conference season's upon us, so it's exciting. When you won it 4 out of the last 5 years, it's something that you look forward to, and just trying to get our newcomers to realize how serious it is and how important each play is in each game and each road game and each home game. So with that, we're excited to start Saturday against Colorado State. They got a good team. They got a really good coach. So it should be an exciting chance for us to get back on the floor. A little concerned about not being able, not playing for a while. We did 3 or 4 inter-squad scrimmages yesterday, or not yesterday, Tuesday, and yesterday was more of an off day. So that's where we are right now.
What did you see out of CSU versus San Diego State last night?
Well, I think they're not the team they were last year. I mean, they had 5 really, really good players last year. So, they're a totally different team that got the transfer kid from Navy who's really, really good. I think he's kind of shocked everybody. But, they're going to play hard and they're going to be tough defensively. So it should be an exciting game.
Coach, you voted the preseason favorite to win this thing. Observing and evaluating your team, do you look and feel like the favorite right now?
I'll just put it this way. We're going into every time we play in the conference to try to win it. So I don't know if I thought any different of my team at the start of the year, even though we were picked to win it. I like my team. I like my players. I like all of them. But I'm going into the mindset that you play for championships and you try to win them. And, I'm not saying that we will. It's going to be a tough road because we got a tough conference. So it should be an outstanding journey and one that our team's looking forward to.
What's the latest on Hugh? Are you preparing to have him for CSU?
He'll play. He's fine. He's practiced. He's going to play.
Have you thought about the starting?
Nope. I'll decide on that. That'll be my decision. That won't be till game time.
Typically, if you found after long layoffs, coming back from breaks, that sort of deal, is there a rust factor that teams still have to shake off?
Yeah, I'm concerned about it. That's why we scrimmaged. I'm concerned about just, not playing a game, but we had all those games jammed in. I wanted to give them a break and go home and clear their mind and get away from basketball for a couple of days, and then I brought them back. And so it was kind of a weird deal because when we did our schedule, the 23rd was our last game thinking that we were going to play on the 1st. And then when they give us a bye, that first game, it kind of makes that a long layoff. So that's hard to schedule. But I think our guys came back. I think for our benefit, it gave us a time to heal somebody that's very valuable to our team.
Have you what's different about Colorado State in general from last year? Obviously, they have 5 starters.
Players.
Yeah, is he doing a lot of the same stuff he was doing last year?
Yeah. They're going to play hard, and they're going to play tough defensively, and they're going to run motion, and just different look. They had 5 outstanding players that I thought all 5 of them could have been an all-conference selection, but they're really good, and a lot of them are playing for money professionally now, so they got a really good team. He does a great job. I mean, there's a reason why he's been successful for his career.
And Avila, he's kind of their newcomer. Can you just talk about what he does, what he brings for them?
He just brings a score. He just plays hard, and he's a different dimension they haven't had, and he's pretty good. I think he's outstanding.
You rested Hugh those last couple of non-conference games to have him healthy for the conference season. Do you think that mission was accomplished?
Yeah, I do. I think everything that we thought was going to happen's happened, and we're very blessed for that, and really happy for him.
Coach, when you don't reveal your starting lineup, when you wait, does that make for harder working practices?
No, we're practicing the same way we've always practiced. My concern is how he does the next 5 days and how he's going to play in practice. So Philip McDonald started for 3 years, didn't start his senior year because of an injury. But he will be back in the lineup. I just don't know when it's going to be.
How different is your lineup with him, and how different would it be, do you think, if he came off the bench?
Oh, I don't think his thing coming off the bench isn't an issue. He's gonna be starting sooner or later, but I'm gonna make it where he's comfortable playing again. I realize he hasn't played since Kansas, so it's not easy. His body, I think the biggest thing, and Frank probably, his biggest thing that's sore on him is his elbow because he hasn't done anything. So, shooting a lot of shots and getting back into it, I think his elbow's sore. But, he's a warrior. I just have to do what's best for Hugh Greenwood. So he'll play. I don't know who I'm going to start, and I'll decide that later in the week. Well, I mean, we're later in the week now, but I'll decide that in the next couple days.
How confident do you feel Dede is coming along so far this season?
Good. He's coming along good. I mean, it's a work in progress. It always has been, and it's the same with all our newcomers. They've got over the hurdles and got over some bumps in the road and have done a good job. And they're pretty well where I thought they would be. I thought they would. We had some tough games with our schedule, and we put our guys in a tough spot. And we had some games where we had guys in foul trouble, and I don't know if our younger guys and our newcomers were ready for what they were going to take on with that foul trouble and all that. But they've played well, and we've played pretty good late, and we played without a starter for 2 games. Well, I mean, he really did. I mean, he played in 2 other games, but he really wasn't healthy.
Before the break, when we last talked to Alex,
Mm-hmm.
in those last couple non-conference games, he made the comment that he talked to his dad, talked to you about tweaking some things and making some adjustments. What, if anything, did you think he needed to adjust and then, headed into the conference?
Well, I think Alex was being hard on himself. I mean, he wants to be really, really good. I mean, getting in foul trouble doesn't dictate if you play well or play bad. I mean, he got a couple bad breaks at Kansas. He got let me just tell you, he's getting the best shot from every team defensively. I mean, so's Cam. They're doubling him. Cam's just been a little bit more successful, I think, because they've put more emphasis on Alex, and that's part of it. And he's got to deal with that. But I think he's been a little bit hard on himself. I think we got to get him in a more athletic position on the post so he's not standing up so much, and he's worked on that. I mean, he'll do whatever you ask him to do. He's just that type kid. I just think he's been a little bit hard on himself.
Coach, how do you feel the guys, you kind of touched on this, but how do you think they handled the non-conference? And do you guys feel, or do you feel like the guys are battle-tested now, especially the younger guys, to get their first taste of what it's like to go there?
Well, I think they're battle-tested. I think they got thrown in the fire, and I think they've done some good things. We haven't played I don't want to step out of turn because somebody will say something that I don't know the history of Lobo basketball, but I think we've played the toughest schedule that we've played since we've been here 6 years. I don't know about the history of the program, but it'd be hard to find where we've played so many named teams that were preseason top 25 and tough teams in Marquette and Cincinnati that I think really tested those guys. The Kansas game was a great experience, even though, like I said, it can't be a great experience because you lost. But it was a good experience for our guys and the guys to get out there and play a top-level team who I think is going to be really, really good at the end.
Based on the way the non-conferences shake out, how do you gauge how tough this conference is?
How tough our conference? I don't think we've had the wins in out-of-conference that we had last year. I think we've had opportunities. I just don't think, we had 2 good wins, Cincinnati and Marquette, and had opportunities to get other ones. I think the Cincinnati game is going to help us. I think at the end of the day, Marquette win will help us, and I think the UAB games helped us just because they beat North Carolina. But, UMass is a really good team, and they're going to have a really good year. So I just think our conference hasn't won a lot of the out-of-conference games that we did last year. I think we've played tough schedules. I just don't think we've got some marquee wins that we had last year.
Coach, taking on the strength of the league and this team in particular, how significant is it to start your league play at home?
It's significant because I don't know. I've looked at the attendance, but we're going to have 15,000 in our building again. And I don't think there's too many programs that can say that they have 15,000 for the average attendance for first 12 games. I think we're right at that. And that's phenomenal. And we have an unbelievable backing. We have unbelievable support. But I think it'll give our guys a better chance since we've had a layoff. It'll be better, more comfortable playing at home to start than if we had to go on the road, especially after a bye week and a long layoff. So I think that'll help them. They'll feel a lot more comfortable, I think. I just hope that's not like New Mexico State start. But they've been addressed about that.
Back to the layoff and starting off with a bye, the league didn't have to have 3 teams with a bye on that first day. I'm just curious, is that something that was discussed at all? Obviously, one team's going to have to have a bye with 11 teams, but was that ever discussed with the coaches starting the season off with a bye?
I have no idea. Never discussed with us. Yeah.
And just one last one on the break then. How are they responding? You guys did leave on a good note. Do you think that their minds were right on this break and they were pretty confident with where they were?
Well, I think anytime you give them 3 to 4 days off for Christmas and they get to go home and see families, they're in a pretty good mindset. So, I think they're eager to come back and play, and we'll see. They know what's in front of them. They know the task ahead of them, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
You evaluate your players every day, through the season up to mid-season form. How have you progressed as your players have?
How have I progressed?
How you've changed, or the hot seat, what's it been like?
I think that's just up for you guys to discuss. I don't rate myself.
I think wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate it, Frank.
Thanks, Coach.